Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Himanshu and I welcome you again to this course of Advanced Marketing Orientation. This will be the first video of the module, and in this module we will be talking about the various aspects related to promotion. This first video will give you a brief overview about the various media options and about the various promotion options which are available to an organization. So in this video we will talk about something which is called as promotion mix. We will look at that what are the various options which are available to a marketer when they are designing their promotional or communication strategy. Before moving ahead, if simply one has to define promotion, then this will include the various activities undertaken by organizations to reach out to their target segments or to masses to achieve the desired marketing objective. Sometimes the objective of these promotional programs may be to build awareness about the products, to build awareness about the brand, or to build awareness about the organization itself. Sometimes this may be to increase the sales or revenue. Sometimes it may be to provide some valuable information to the consumers. So whatever the objective is, accordingly the choice of the media option, the choice of the promotion option will change. If you look at what is called as promotion mix in the marketing parlance, then basically promotion mix includes the various activities which are available to a marketer to reach out to their target segment. So it may be advertising, it may be what we call as sales promotion, it may be we call as direct selling, it may be personal selling, or it may be public relations. We will talk about each of these aspects in detail, and the organization is free to choose based on the suitability, based on whatever they feel is good, keeping in mind their target segment. The organization will make their or exercise their choices accordingly. There is absolutely no such restriction, no such constraint that a typical organization can do only this or a typical organization has to choose from this only. So there is absolute flexibility. The only thing which has to be kept in mind is the suitability of that particular option, keeping in mind the target segment with whom you are dealing with. So if these fives, they are called as promotion mix, they need to be mixed with the appropriate media. So if you look at that in the Indian market, in the Indian scenario, the various media options which are available, you can advertise. If you decide to advertise, say for example, you can do that on television, you can do that online. So there may be various options for advertising on internet. You can make use of social media and so on. Then if you have decided to choose advertising, you may do it with the help of audio advertising only, wherein the available options will be radio and podcast. If you decide to advertise with the help of print, then probably the options would be newspapers, the options would be magazine, and these magazines, they may be in physical as well as digital formats. Then in these days, social media marketing is gaining a lot of importance. So there are various social media platforms like say Facebook, like say Instagram, which may be used to reach out to your target audiences. And this is known as out of the house media, which will cover all the billboards, all the hoardings which you see in the marketplace along with the roadside. So a marketer has to carefully exercise his choices between the various promotion mixes which are available and between the various media mixes which are there. Each of the media, each of the promotion mix has its own advantages and disadvantages, which we will cover in due course of time as well. While you are making this careful selection, the canvas these days for the promotion is very wide because you have multiple options. Say for example, even if you decide that you would be advertising on television, there are more than 800 channels to choose from. If you decide that I would be advertising in newspapers or in magazines. There are hundreds and thousands of newspapers and magazines which are available for you to choose. So this entire space becomes very, very complicated. It's not possible for any organization to make use of all the platforms, all the media which are available, because that will require too much resources, which is a constraint for most of the organization. And there the skill of the marketer becomes important, that at which particular time he decides, he picks a particular media, he picks a particular option, and he invests in that to reach out to their target segment. Some of the points which may be taken into consideration before you are deciding the promotion option or before you are selecting the media options are, the first and the foremost is the cost associated. So if I am selecting television, the cost will be different. And even in television, the cost of advertising for different TV channels will be different. The prices will be different during the peak hours. The prices will be different during the off-peak hours. The prices may go very, very high if there is a very big event which is lined or which is going to be aired on television. So this cost aspect is important in all the cases. This cost will also be important when you are trying to advertise on radio, when you are selecting the print media or selecting the newspaper to advertise. So if it is a full page ad, front page ad, then the prices will be different. If you're on weekdays, the prices are different. If you're in weekends, the prices are different. So it's a very careful trade-off between various factors, and you try to decide what is best suited to your organization. The second important aspect related to media is the coverage and reach. Coverage simply indicates that how many consumers are exposed to that media. Say for a particular newspaper, the readership is 1 lakh in a specific city, say, then the coverage of that newspaper in that city will be 1 lakh. Reach will always be a subset of coverage. So on that particular day, when my advertisement figures in the newspaper, how many people see it, that will define the reach. So this reach probably will be maximum if it is a weekend. This reach will be maximum if it is a full page, front page ad. So we talk about with the various agencies to ensure that we select those medias where coverage is higher. We select those medias where probably the reach would also become equal to coverage. Then the credibility is very important. When you are selecting these various promotion options, worldwide it has been observed that advertising has the least credibility, because maybe the consumer believes that celebrity is particularly, or any endorser is particularly endorsing that particular product or talking only about the good side of the product because he has been paid for it. But there's still a lot of money goes into advertising. Another important factor is how much control you have over the media and how much flexibility you have. So when I talk of control, then typically the options which are paid options, like say advertising, you will have more control. The marketer will have more control. But if we talk about something like word of mouth, then in those options the control of the marketer will be lesser. Flexibility means that how much flexibility that option gives me to make necessary changes. So say for example, if I want to make any change in the advertisement which has been going into the print media, say newspaper, probably that change may be reflected in the very next day. If I'm talking about radio, this change may be reflected much quickly as compared to if it is a case of television. Because in television, if I want to change any information, probably the ad needs to be shot again. It needs to be merged with the original ad, and only then it will be ready to go. So these are factors which many a times will be contradictory. I may like to choose something where the credibility is high, where the reach is also very high, but the cost will be out of my pocket. So I have to try to create the best strategy within the budget which is allocated to me for these promotional activities. We have to look at the complementarity and the contribution of each option which we are using. Complementarity simply means that are there any options, are there any media which will complement each other. So maybe our organization comes up with a sales promotion offer. Now if this sales promotion offer at the same time you have some advertisements talking about this particular discount, or talking about this end of the season sale, or talking about the sales promotion offer, the possibility is that this sales promotion offer will become more successful. So that means any sales promotion offer is complemented by advertising. Maybe if I am giving an advertisement on television, and maybe if I use radio at the same time, the consumers will be exposed repeatedly to the similar communication of the organizations, and that will enhance the recall ability of the consumers. And since we are using multiple options, multiple medias, we have to make sure that how much each initiative is contributing in building the awareness or in achieving the marketing objective. This will help us in planning better for the future. So if you look at, these are only some factors, and many a times it will be very difficult to strike a balance between all of them. Some media might outshine the other options in terms of certain aspects, maybe like coverage, maybe like control, but the cost associated may be very, very high. So here the role of the marketer becomes very important, that how out of these available options I'm creating a bouquet, I'm creating that combination of promotion mix which is cost effective, as well as it provides me the maximum impact, it helps me in reaching out to the maximum number of the audiences and leaving a deep imprint on the minds of the consumers. Thank you.